So did you say you're gonna cook broccoli instead of cauliflower? I love broccoli and cauliflower. Although I've never rinsed my
Yeah, yeah.
cauliflower in
So,
vinegar.
what I'm gonna do today, I kind of just, cut everything up already, but I have a giant bowl here, which I'm going to be dumping a bunch of ingredients in. It's going to be fajitas that we're cooking today. And then once I, put everything in the bowl, I'll show you here. I stand up because I don't know if you can see everything. So here's the
Perfect.
bowl. All right, and my bowl of broccoli. I also learned a really cool way to cut broccoli, so all of these little things stop hanging around, and I feel like I'm wasting some of my broccoli sometimes.
Yeah. What do you
So I'll
do?
have to.
What's your secret?
So yeah, yeah. So you basically you cut down the broccoli, and instead of going completely into it, you split it apart before you get there, and that stops like a whole ton of like what looks like broccoli pieces everywhere, just trying to run away from the cutting board.
Yeah. So you cut, but then you slit and do with a pull instead of a continued knife.
Right, right, exactly. It's kind of go halfway down the broccoli and then just take it and pull it apart instead, and
Smart.
that
Smart.
keeps everything away. And then next I'm gonna add in my bell peppers, and the only reason I don't have cauliflower today is because in New Jersey, for some reason, there's a supply chain issue with cauliflower. So
Well,
sad moment.
listen, that's a good segue into the massive food shortages we are about to have because of climate crisis. So
Right, right. You're absolutely right. I'm telling you. This is my onions here that I'm adding in. It could be any type of onion or like a sweet one. So I add that in there. And then from there, I'm just gonna add in some lime.
mm,
Limes
lime
are
makes lime
so
makes
good,
everything so good.
doesn't it? I use most of the time lime or lemon to help me season foods more than I do salt because one, my background, being black, you do have a lot of heart disease that sometimes runs through different families and things in that nature, and I try to protect my lineage by finding ways to do things a bit better that way.
Mm. Yeah, there's so much of our family histories. I too have not high blood pressure, but cholesterol issues in my family, and you
Yeah.
know, it's good to know these things. So, and then even more reason to eat this way.
Right, right. My wife is actually the same. She has
Mm.
that runs in her family. So very mindful in the way that we make sure we put our foods together.
Mhm.
This is going to be a bit of olive oil here. I like to always put my olive oil, like I like to measure it, not always pour from a bottle. Feel like
Oh,
sometimes you can go a little overboard that way.
that's smart. I don't do that, but that's a good idea.
Yeah, yeah. It's
You
uh
kind
it's
of
a
go,
nice
oh
way.
wait, I remember years ago when my first was with my husband, and he walked into the room and I was making brownies, like
Yeah.
traditional brownies, and I think there
Yep.
was like 2 cups of sugar or something crazy. And I remember
Hmm.
he goes, what are you doing? I was like, I'm making brownies. He go, why are you putting sugar in it? I'm like, what do you think is in brownies?
Brownies.
But with oil, you kind of go, and like,
Right, right.
how much was that?
Exactly. Kind of like So I got my seasonings here. I usually put them all inside of a bowl. You probably see that kind of paired up there a bit, and then I
What's in
always
there?
use
What kind of seasoning? Oh, that is a cute whisk. I
my
love
baby
that.
whisk. Yeah, I call it baby whisk. I
That
uh, I
is
love
so
using this thing.
so cute.
Yeah. So the seasonings within the bowl, we have some chili powder, garlic powder, paprika, onion powder, cumin, red pepper flakes, a bit of salt, black pepper. Kind of sums that up there.
That's like the perfect combination.
Always.
Honestly, on my spice rack, everything you just named is on my bottom spice rack here
Is
because
it?
it's like
Yeah.
it's like
Let's
what I
see.
use the most. Onion, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's hilarious. They are the best ones. All right, so we got that mixed up. I'm gonna dump it into the bowl. I apologize. The bowl is like right beneath where the camera can see.
That's okay.
I tried moving the camera around prior to hopping on here to see like, oh, I wonder if I can get folks to see the bowl just by tilting it downward though. And I darn near and broke the setup. And I was like, oh no. I was
I
like, how
know
do
the
I get it back
Instagram
together?
live, it's not the ideal for cooking. My
Right.
lighting just got weird too. Yeah. It's because you really kind of need the full deal.
You really do. You really do. I wish they would make it more like FaceTime on like the iPhone,
Yeah,
where
like
you
I
know.
could make my face small for a little bit, and you'd get the bigger screen while you're cooking. That would be a good idea.
Yeah. That'd be perfect. So I'm just mixing it around here. Another tip is whenever I do this, I don't, two things, I guess. One, I don't dump all of my seasonings right away. I kind of season and then mix around and then season again. That helps me make sure I get some really good coverage. But I
Mhm.
also see a lot of folks season on the baking tray. And I find
Yeah,
that you lose a lot of the seasoning into the bottom of the baking tray rather than being able to circulate it into back the vegetables while it's in the bowl. So
that's a good point. It also kind of burns on the pan, you know.
right, right.
I do that. I'm very guilty of that because I am a rapid fire cook and
Yeah,
kind of winging it most of the time. But I do regret it a lot of the time because it burns on the pan.
all the time. It's get all those good spices in the food, not surrounding it. So
And
I
that broccoli was raw though, right? Because are you going to roast all this or are you going to saute it?
yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna roast all this. I'm gonna dump this onto a baking tray and then I'm gonna roast all of this together here. And again, this was a tip from my mom because putting it all in a bowl and kind of being able to kind of jumble it all together was a very good way of making sure that those seasonings don't go to waste there.
Hmm. And then
So
I
I have
mean, just on a waste level, you can just use that bowl to put it back in when you take it out of the oven too. Use the same bowl.
exactly, exactly. No, you're absolutely right. I have my baking tray here. Again, right under the camera, and literally just dumping this in. And this is probably one of the recipes I make when I need something, within like the next 30 minutes, but I just don't feel like doing too much. Because the thing I love about ovens is like they kind of do all the cooking work for you. You don't have to sit
Right.
around and stir and everything like that.
It's the best thing about like fall to spring is
Right.
roasting in your oven.
Yes.
When you can heat up your
100%.
kitchen.
Exactly, exactly. That extra benefit.
Yeah, it loses its pleasure in the summer, I would say.
You know what? It does, but I still find a way to do it. Only because there's a give and take somewhere. I'm like, I could go ahead and give and take on this as long as I don't have to stand over the stove because, the heat is hot for me either way.
It's true. It's true.
All right, so I got everything on here. I'll do my best to show that without everything sliding towards the camera there.
Love it.
But everything's on the tray, and then I just run that right over to the oven, and I'm gonna pull like a Food Network thing on you guys here and show you that they're already cooked.
Ah,
Right?
perfect.
I stuck
Nice.
it in the oven and it cooked so fast.
Amazing.
But
And
if I
how long would you say that's really going to take? Like 25 minutes, probably?
Yes, yes. I always say it depends on. It's mostly depends on in this case because the harder vegetable in this case would be our broccoli. So it's going to depend on the broccoli's softness, I guess you could call it, and kind of also like how you like your broccoli. Like I like mine to have a little bit of crunch, not to be completely just soft. So that's going to take roughly somewhere between that 20 to 25 minutes at 425. And again, if you wanted a little harder, I mean, a little softer, you could go a little longer on that.
Yeah. My husband likes it too, like a little mushy, but I like it a little before that.
Yeah, yeah. A little snap in the broccoli makes me happy.
Yeah. So wait, Nick, show us your tray of serving. So is this on a
Yeah.
taco?
So my tray here, so what I have on here, I'm doing my best to do that without, ruining anything, but I have avocado, I have some more lime because again, I try to use that more than salt. And then I have what people always ask me this question of like, all right, if you're eating this, how are you getting your protein? And I'm like, well, this isn't a daily meal all the time. This is just, a meal that I'll do every once in a while. But if I want more protein, here's a couple of tips that I do. One, if I'm not adding extra like beans or things in that nature into this, like a can or something, what I'll do is instead of like a plant-based sour cream, I'll do a plant-based Greek yogurt, which would be
Mm.
like a 10 or 17 grams of protein, per like a third cup or two-thirds cup. And I'll add that on there, and that gives me some protein there. And the other thing I'll do all the time is like hummus, which I love the red pepper hummus from Aldi if anybody is looking for one. But that hummus, I'll add that on there too instead. Sometimes I'll just put it on the bottom before I add the ingredients in. This way it doesn't end up on my mustache too much or my beard. And then, yeah, I'll go ahead and, take my bites.
I love it. I mean, that what you just made would accommodate literally any plant-based protein, any bean,
Yep.
any tofu, any tempeh. But
Yep.
I like the idea, which I've really gotten into the Coco June high protein yogurt. I love the Coco June regular yogurt. That is like a
Yeah.
staple in my cooking. But their high
Okay.
protein yogurt is so good
Oh
also.
my goodness. I haven't even tasted it. So now I got to. Like, oh my
It's
goodness.
it's really
Seriously?
good.
I
It's
don't feel like
really
I have
good.
access to that here. I feel like I have access to all the yogurts except for that one for
Well,
some reason.
actually, I'll show you. Here, hold on. You hold on. Talk
Hey, you're
amongst
gonna have to
yourselves.
mail it to me. I'm holding you to this now. Like
Okay.
this
Okay.
is
So this
insane.
is okay. This is the Oh, actually, neither one of these is the plain. I usually use the plain for like my
Okay.
vegan cottage cheese, but
Right.
then they have this 10-gram protein one. It's
Okay.
super good, and they have it in some flavors. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Oh
amazing.
my
But I
gosh.
love the idea of putting that on a taco. That's a great idea.
Yes, yes. I love using yogurt on top. It's because for me, like sour cream is like a very specific use case. And then like for me, yogurt has multiple uses. I throw it in my quick breads. I eat it with like, granola or my tacos or something else. It just has so many different places I
So
could
many
use it.
uses. Yeah, I
So,
mix it in like I have one of those Ninja Creamies ice cream, like, mix it with fruit. I mean,
exactly. Oh my
a
goodness.
versatile item. Yeah. And yeah,
Yes.
you're right. The sour cream feels very like replacement-y for just
Right.
sour cream, whereas this is like you could eat a big bowl of this.
Yep,
Um,
yep. I'm right there with you. I gotta get that yogurt though. Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, request it. And that the plant, I mean, we're doing an ad for this company, but their product is really good.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's cool. Hey, nothing wrong with that.